The name of the show is The Way to Go. My name is Alan Bendich. I'm going to be your host. Tonight's guest is Miguelina Oliveras. She's a director, an actress, and she's a writer. Welcome to the show, Miguelina.
Thank you for having me, Alan.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So, Miguelina, how long you been in showbiz?
Since I was in in 2010, I actually did my first project called The Hunting in Field Court. And that was my very first project that led me into knowing that this was actually my passion and that I really wanted to do film.
Did you study film?
No, actually I wanted to, but I actually was accepted into New York Film Academy, actually, and I got a grant for $15,000.
Wow.
I just didn't pursue it because they wanted more money for my first semester, and the conditions were not very good.
So how did you get in? I mean, how did you?
You know, when you first apply, they ask you to do like a little narrative statement about yourself, and I guess they read it and they loved it, and like I was accepted.
So, okay, but then you wound up not going to New York Film Academy.
No, unfortunately, I was like, you know what? Instead of spending all this money, why don't I just invest it on my own?
Right.
And I mean, I can do it. I can do it on my own, and that's what I've been doing so far.
So, who did you connect with in order to do it? I mean, how did it start?
Well, it first started after that one.
But how did you get into that one? I mean, did you just do it, or did you have people that were also?
My friends, my sister's friends, they got involved because I actually saw I found a little camera on her drawer, and I was like, hey, you know, let me just play around with this. So I did a little clip where I fall down the stairs.
Right.
And in her house, and then I posted on Facebook, and everybody was like, wow, that was pretty good. Right. You filmed that yourself? I was like, yeah. And then after that, everybody wanted to be involved in the project, and I wrote 8 pages long of script, and ever since then, everybody just, you know, supported me.
So, what did you study? I mean, what were you interested in before film? I'm curious. I mean.
Really nothing. I was just going to school, and I was like one of those that don't know what to do with their lives. Right. And then it was just then that I was like, wow, I love filming. Like I would do filming all day, and I will not complain.
So how many, the first thing that you did, was it just you that was the actress?
I was the film director, the writer, I edited, and the actress. And so there was other people involved, my friends, and I was actually a serial killer. And I was going around killing everybody, and I had the double personalities, a Russian and then a normal girl.
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So you learned a lot from that first
Actually, no. Then I started going into like more acting. I wanted to be more involved in acting. Right. So I met my sister, and she worked at Saks Fifth Avenue during those days, and she introduced me to Lisa Rodriguez from Next Friday. I don't know if you're familiar. No. She's that movie with Ice Cube.
Didn't see it. But...
She actually introduced me to Bandy Entertainment, the brothers, and that's when I did my first lead actress role as. As Anita in Father Holiday. I don't know if you've heard of that one too.
Not familiar, but tell me about it.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, were you on the screen like all the time? Was it?
Yeah. I was the lead actress for that one episode. Yeah. Right now they're still working on it. He's still working on episode 3, I believe. Right. He wants to make it into a series, web series, and so. That was my lead role then, and I actually loved it, the cameras and everything. I learned a lot from the director of photography, and I wanted to be involved in more. But since I didn't have the connections and I didn't network with people back then, I didn't know where to go. So I started applying to these online castings, online and stuff, and they ripped me off. I would pay like $400 for like a photo shoot, and then for nothing because I never got called. So I was like, you know what, forget this. So I got myself a camera. My sister bought me a camera for Christmas. And that's when I was like, I really want to do my thing. So I went into events, and that's when I first met John Thomas.
JT.
Yes, and
JT. We talk about JT on this show like all the time.
yes,
And that's how we met, actually, through
right,
JT.
through JT, right.
That's correct.
It took me a long time to actually speak to him directly.
Right.
I was a little bit intimidated.
By JT? Oh my God.
It's crazy. I was like, I don't want to talk to him, but I feel like this is the time I should. But
Right.
before that, I met him and I spoke to him about a few projects. He was like, hey, like come over to my office and we'll talk about it. And then that's when I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I need you to help me. And that's when I came with Robin.
And JT is the casting director for this show too.
Right.
And all the shows that I do, he's my casting director.
Yes, I think he knows the entire New York.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah,
And
I
as we
love
said, the one thing I wish he did was, and he is now, take better care of himself. Because
Yes.
he's always doing everything for everybody else.
Right.
He really doesn't take as good care for himself as but he is now. At least he's taking care of
Yes,
himself now.
yes.
So how many projects did you do before you started working on Robin, which is where I met you?
Right, I did I met these comedians online on YouTube called That's Dominican, and I wanted to do a little horror comedy film for Dominicans, like Latinos and stuff like that, because we don't kind of have that much. So I started this little movie called The Barber. In Spanish is El Barbero. And I got involved, real barbers involved in the real barber place, a shop, and the comedians were involved too, and everybody loved the film. It was like 20 minutes.
That's great.
Yeah, and after that, it was like, hey, when we're gonna do the next project, the next project, and everybody kept calling me about doing more. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is what's gonna help me advance and better my skills. So that's when I did The Exorcism of Anna, El Exorcismo de Ana. That was also another comedy horror movie in short, actually, in Spanish.
Cool.
And that was actually the time that movie pushed me to be better. That movie got me the skills that I needed to go to the next level, and that's Robin.
Right. So tell me a little bit about Robin, because that's where I met you.
Yeah.
JT called me up and said, I got your part. I said, okay.
Yeah, you're actually my worst enemy in that one.
That's true. So where did Robin come from? And maybe you can give a little background about the story.
Robin, I always had this idea of having a lead actress as a, like kick-ass woman. Like, I really wanted that. And I wanted also that character. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie where there's a villain and everybody hates him, but at the end of the day, you kind of understand why that villain is that way, and you kind of sympathize and you kind of like him at the end.
Right.
That's the type of character that I wanted for Robin. Robin isn't bad, but she was turned into a bad person because they experimented on her. So the whole movie is really about a corporation by the name of Epsilon Incorporated. Right. You're actually the CEO, Holland, right. And you decide to experiment on Robin because you want to make profit out of them. You want to make her into a machine. Right. So with that, after the experiment, she turns very aggressive. You can't control her anymore, so you just decide to experiment on somebody else more docile that you can actually brainwash into believing that you're actually doing for a good cause and helping humans. Right. And you're really not helping them.
And that's Samantha's character?
That's Samantha's character, yes.
Samantha Cole.
Yeah, Samantha Rivers Cole.
Right. Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I'll tell you, I liked the set. It was fun watching you and Samantha fight. and JT was great in that.
Oh,
I couldn't believe JT wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
He wasn't supposed to be, and for some reason, I really loved how he played the doctor.
Who was the actor that was supposed to be there?
It was Rich Riker.
Oh, Richard Riker.
Richard, yes.
Right, and I worked with him on a couple of projects, actually. I worked with him on the Lake on Clinton Road.
Yes, he was one of the main characters there, and unfortunately, he couldn't make it that day, but...
He was sick or something.
Yes, but
JT
was
He
amazing.
was great.
Yes, I actually loved that character for him.
I never worked with JT as acting with him before. That was the first time I actually saw him acting, and he did a great job.
He did pretty good to be a doctor.
And also, he didn't even, he got the lines that day. He did a great job. So, how much? I mean, you had a big crew of people too. I mean,
Yes,
is that your regular crew?
For the teaser, for that teaser, that's the only thing that I can have. I could have had, but I know for the feature, I'm going to need a bigger crew than that because it's a very expensive movie.
But I thought it was very professional in terms of the way you put the crew together, and everyone was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a great time on the set. I had too much fun.
Me too. Because actually, I made it seem as like believable because I designed the set to make it look like an actual facility.
Well, rather than talk about it, would you like to share the teaser with our audience?
Of course.
Okay, you know what, so let's take a look at Robin, the teaser. Epilon Defense Inc. has had many ups and downs in the past few years. 60% of our capital decreased from the years 2015 to 2019, a fatal loss that brought us closer to bankruptcy. All international buyers, even the U.S., have refused to buy our sophisticated Epilon weaponry. All of that is about to change today. I will have the global market on their knees begging for our new products. So Dr. Green believes you're ready to take on your first mission. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
I can't wait to see what your alpha's all about.
Don't underestimate her, Adams. She's a tough cookie. But you do know that Robin does not play nice.
I just chose to play along for a while. But one day, I will put a bullet through your head.
Robin's powers developed too quickly after being experimented on. This caused a more unbalanced mutation that altered her behavior and she became too aggressive.
Our very first superhuman.
My mission is to help humans and protect them during war times.
You have no idea what you're in for.
Once we know for certain that these superhumans can be controlled by ordinary people like us, we will start the distribution process.
It's called the colonization of the new world.
Pushed her to the limit!
An alpha like that on the loose could be dangerous.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. Memories. that was fun. I had a great time doing it, and it looks great.
Me too. It was a lot of practice though, like choreography-wise. Oof.
Yeah. And the guys with the guns, oh my God, it was pretty scary.
They had fun.
I
They
know.
had fun holding the guns.
It was fun. And it was fun watching. It was, I do remember one of the scenes that took, it took me a couple of times to get the lines down, but the way you can't see it when you're actually watching it, but we were all like up against this,
Yeah, because we didn't have enough space.
It was so weird, but it's amazing.
But it looks big.
Right, just like this, like the studio here looks
Right.
different than what it looks like on TV.
Yeah.
But it is amazing, how
We made it happen.
I know, it was great.
Yes.
And the whole area, I mean, that was like the facility we used. What was it?
It was actually Absolute Fitness. He's the owner of the warehouse. He owns a lot of fitness equipment,
Right.
and he sells it. He actually owns the other fitness centers too. So he helped me out with it.
So he just cleared his stuff?
He cleared everything out,
Yeah.
and he painted the whole warehouse, and he got the lettering for Epilon facility and everything. So made it look fantastic.
So you can have a thank you for
Yes, yes.
So at this point it's a teaser,
Right.
and what else is it? Is it a short?
Well, it's actually a full feature. I want to make it into a full feature.
Right.
But right now, I've submitted to a few film festivals, see if I get attention,
Right.
see if we win some awards, and I really want to see if I can start funding it, like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and stuff like that.
It's tough. I mean, that's a tough way to go, but it's out there. It's
Right, but I feel like we can make it.
right. I think so too.
It's
Especially
a really good
when you
movie.
have these beautiful girls fighting with each other. Yeah, I think it's. I mean,
Well,
it's,
thank you.
no, and you really do look like I mean, it looks violent, even though it's not. It's all choreographed,
Right.
but it looks. It's pretty scary.
And for that budget, I feel like we all did an amazing job for it.
So how much money do you think it would take to make the feature?
That one scene, that's only scene 8 of the script.
Right.
That was like about $2,000.
But I'm saying
and
to
there's
make the
like
full
35 scenes of that. Imagine it's like about 75 or more.
So it'd probably be like $100,000 to make the film.
Right.
Wow, that's tough. And
Yeah.
but it would be fun. I can't wait to see it, as a feature.
Yes, in full screen, yes.
Yeah. So has it been accepted yet to any film festivals?
It was accepted to Best Shorts competition. It's like an online competition where a lot of people submit for, their shorts. Right now, I'm still waiting to be accepted because they're not judging till September, October.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, come on, I really can't wait.
I remember I'd stopped acting in 1988 and I started again in 2010. And the first thing that I was in went to the New Hampshire Film Festival. The first thing I had done in 22 years. And so I went to New Hampshire and I had the artist pass.
Oh my God.
It was such a rush. And then, there it was, and I didn't screw up, and it was like it was so wonderful.
It has to be a good experience.
So I can't wait to go to the film festival that
Yes.
Robin is going to be at. So are you focusing purely on Robin now, or are you already thinking about new projects?
I'm thinking about doing other projects.
Yes.
I'm working, I want to work with Louis Moret. He was the assistant director for Robin. He has some ideas that he's writing down right now, and I really want to help him out with that. And also my own, which is going to be a horror, scary short also. It's like documentary type of.
Yeah, that sounds, I love horror. It's a lot of
that's
fun.
my
And I
thing.
like sci-fi. My brother's trying to tell me for my own projects, maybe you should try to do like Twilight Zone-ian kind of things.
Right.
But
A lot of people like that. For
Yeah,
some
psychological thrillers
Yes.
and stuff like that. But horror is big. It's still big. And,
Yes.
and I think there's a mass market for it.
Deshaun is doing it,
Yes.
and he did an amazing job.
It was
in
fun
the-
working with Deshaun again.
Right.
Yeah.
And he actually helped me. He was my co-director
Right.
in Robin too. So he also did fantastic.
So were you in The Lake on Clinton Road?
I saw the premiere.
Oh, you saw the
Yeah,
premiere.
that's how I met Deshaun.
So you met Deshaun at the premiere of The Lake on Clinton Road?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
And I didn't go to the premiere, of course, which was terrible.
Yeah, and
'cause-
I was hoping to see you there because I wanted to.
And JT told me that, I think you might be getting another part. But I was, when it's, I don't know, I'm 60 years old at this point, and I hate to go, start out the night at like 9 o'clock or whatever it is, so I just wanted to chill. But I did want to see it. And
It was really good.
And before they made the official trailer for it, I was in the original trailer. I'm screaming in this girl's face,
Yes.
why did you kill your son? And it was fun. And Spike was in there.
Right.
Wouldn't you love to work with Spike?
Oh yes,
I mean,
I've seen his work. I actually was one of his recent teasers. Take It Back, and
Spike Bauman.
yes,
He's I think he's an award-winning
Yes.
cinematographer.
I
and,
was like, wow. I really love his way of filming and everything.
when I used to work in Hollywood, and when I worked on The Lake I was there in the 80s, and working with Spike was like working with the people I worked in Hollywood. He has such a vast knowledge of film. It was a pleasure working
Yes.
with him.
And he has like amazing equipment too.
Yes,
so
he
that's
does.
a plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he have the red camera? I'm not sure.
He has a dragon.
Oh, okay, right.
I think he has both.
Right.
Because I believe Deshaun filmed the lake on Clinton Road with a red.
I think so, because
Yeah.
and maybe they rent. I don't know if he owned it or I know they had that on the set.
Right.
Right. So, wow. So you work on other people's projects as well?
I'm going to start too.
Right.
'Cause
Isn't it tough? Now that I'm working on my own kind of projects, it's tough for me to start. I don't know. For whatever reason, it's a different mindset working on other people's. I love it. I love being invited. I love doing it. But it's. You have to stop thinking in terms of being the director, and you have to stop thinking about being the writer, and you have to really say, okay, I'm the actor. I have to listen to the director, and it becomes a
Right.
different role.
Actually,
what I
I'm not
mean?
going to be acting in it. I'm just going to help him film. I'm more or less going to be his co-director for that film. So he's basically, I'm like his mentor right now. He's right.
Deshaun?
No, Louis Moreta.
Oh, okay. Right.
We went to school together, and I always bother him with Robin.
Right.
Like I called him at 3 a.m. Hey, check this out. What do you think about this idea? And this, and he would pick up the phone and listen to my ideas, and he would be like, yeah, that's cool. And I guess that inspired him to actually write something and become a writer and wants to be in the whole entertainment industry. And so now he wants to direct his first movie. And I was like, okay, I'm thrilled that you actually doing something, you know, for yourself. I mean, I'll be happy to help you. I got him in touch with JT. Also, he's going to be casting his film. And another actress of mine, she was actually in my other project, my third project, El Exorcismo de Ana. She was my supporting actress. She's been very supportive to my film. She's been on radio shows talking about it, putting my name everywhere.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, so she's been she's helping him out now. Her name is Michelle Cub.
What's her name?
Michelle.
Last name, I'm sorry?
Cub.
Cub?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So a little shout out to Michelle, right?
Yes.
So so you're paying it forward too. Yeah, I mean, do you anticipate you being a mentor to other artists as you go along?
I wasn't thinking about, you know, being a mentor, and I didn't think that people would see me as, you know, an inspiration.
A role model.
Right, and I was like, oh, wow, I kind of felt good because I feel like I'm doing something.
You are.
And to be able to help them, it's fantastic to me.
Being directed by you was a lot of fun too, because I could see that, you know, you had a pure vision. You knew exactly what you wanted.
Right.
And we did it until you got it. And I thought it was interesting. You know, for such a young person, you had you had a determination and a skill and all the stuff. I was impressed with how you directed the show.
Without the team, I wouldn't have done it because
and you had a great team.
Right.
That's one. And it was so much fun.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what made it better.
Right.
When everybody's united as a team, helping each other out, and doing your part. You know, that's what helped me.
Do you see with Robin special effects someday in there?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
So, I mean, and that's going to take it to another level as well.
Yes.
So what type
that's
of special?
That's just a little teaser what it might be looking like, but it could be better.
Right, but it was good. It was good.
I mean, I feel like for me it was actually easy to be that character.
Yes.
Because since I wrote that
You know the
character,
character
I know her feelings, I know her personalities, and I was like, JT, I really don't want to cast this role.
Right.
I really want to do it myself because
not?
I feel like I have to sell this character because she is the main character.
Right.
So he's like, okay, fine, and that's when I casted Samantha to be my other.
And you have to take control of your work. I mean, you never. That's even what JT always says. Never let anybody else take control of your work. You know, you have to maintain the control.
Yeah.
It's your work. It's your art.
Yeah.
And you know, sink or swim, but you're gonna swim. You know, the whole thing is it's yours.
Right.
And no one knows it better than you.
Right. And not only that, like if I always thought that if I'm gonna be acting, I'd rather just be acting and not be behind the cameras also as a director.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough to direct yourself.
Right. So it's like I wanted this to be perfect, so that's why I was a little bit nervous. But that's why I got Deshaun because I knew this vision of mine was going to be in good hands.
And I do the same thing. I have like a partner in the filming that I do, and we're both actors. So he directs me and I direct him. The problem is when we're in scenes together. But other than that, it's always good to have someone you trust.
Exactly, yeah.
To be a partner in crime, or not crime, but in art. Right.
Yeah.
So that's great. So I'm trying to think, when do you think that we'll be able to, I mean, so you're saying in September it'll hit the film. I can't wait to see it. I mean,
Benny, I can't wait to premiere it actually. A lot of people have been asking me about it and a lot of people are really excited to see it.
And the film festivals are across the country or are
No,
they
here in New York.
Just in New York?
Right, yeah.
Are you going to submit elsewhere? Or,
I'm not sure yet because I really don't know if I can commute all the way to.
And you're going to go to each one of the film festivals.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I've been in a couple of films that were like all over the country, and it's like, I wish that I could have gone to those, but filmmakers will actually fly out to the different film festivals.
Yeah.
And you want to represent if you're going to go out there.
Right. I don't want to just have my film out there and then what if I win?
So have you done Q&As yet about the film? Or,
no, not yet.
So no one's seen it except for the teaser.
Right. Just the trailer.
The trailer. Wow.
I'm really excited about it. So I mean, I feel like it has potential.
I think so too.
And so I mean, it was just a teaser,
Right.
and it was looking amazing so far.
And Samantha, I've seen her in other films. There's a guy named Ken Kushner. Do you know Ken Kushner?
Yes.
She worked a lot of Ken Kushner stuff, Samantha,
Yeah.
and she came out pretty good in those. I mean, she's a good actress.
As soon as I mean, I didn't even know that she was going to show up for the audition.
Right.
And then like she just happened to come in. I'm like, oh, JT, I didn't know that she was coming. And she's like, can I have a little like a minute to go over this teaser? I'm like, okay, sure. And then she went over it, and as soon as I saw her deliver that character, I was like, JT, that's the perfect.
She becomes transformative. And the other thing, Tiffany also. Tiffany Tavares.
Yes.
What's her last name?
Tiffany.
And she's one of my actresses.
Tiffany. Tiffany Brown Tavares.
Right.
Yes.
She's an unbelievable actress. And,
Yes.
and
She
she could
really
also do
gave me-
comedy. If you do comedy, she's a laugh riot. I'm telling you, she.
Oh, I
did,
haven't seen her comedy.
well, she's working on a project that I did where she plays the wife of someone.
I
and-
need to see that.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, you'll have to see outtakes because we're not going to be able to show this one. We had a little problem with the location, but she was hilarious. She was, and she's, and there's one scene that she has like she's playing this coquettish kind of girl, and she's shy and all this stuff. She has a couple of drinks, and she grabs this guy's tie and pushes him into like, close to him. And it was like she went from like just after one or two drinks to like, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And we weren't drinking. I mean, she was able to do that transformation just from her acting ability.
Wow, I've never seen that side of her either.
You're right, right, because she's always very
It
straightforward.
was so
And
serious.
she's a good actress. She's a really good actress.
That's good to know.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to. Did you guys have a wrap party yet for this? Or,
Not yet. As soon as after the whole premiering at the film festival starts and ends, I'm going to definitely. I really want to do a party to show people and premiere it and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, so that's it. So I'm trying to think. Could you name some of the people that were? Because I didn't know the guys' names on your show, but I liked all of them. The guy that was one of the cameramen, the tall guy.
He's Jamie.
Yeah, that's
Jamie
it.
Duran.
He was I had so much fun with that guy. He was like sarcastic, a funny guy, but he was a good. I mean, he got good angles. I mean, you could see. I mean, obviously you chose them, but it was really good stuff.
It was really good. He's really good.
And the guy that I kept on calling Suge, he looked like Suge Knight. He's like
the hoodie with the hoodie.
No, he's kind of like bald but had a beard.
Oh, that's Louis Moretta. Yes, that's my assistant. Yes.
He's the greatest.
He's
guy.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah. I kept on calling him Suge because he looked like Suge Knight.
A lot of people. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if he appreciated that. No, we were having fun with that.
Oh, actually, another one, John Anthony. He was my boom guy.
Right.
He
Oh, yes, I
also
remember him.
amazing. He was, giving me feedback and inputs on, some camera angles too. So he helped out.
Yeah,
with the whole production.
He was also trying to market himself. He was trying to get other work, which I thought, I mean, everyone tries to do that. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, and he actually got me my first interview the other day at a show. And Louis and we were interviewed, and we promoted Robin that night.
That's great. So you got another interview tonight. Right?
Yes.
Hopefully you can use this to promote it, because
Yes.
the more people that hear about it, the better it's going to be.
Yes.
And who was the girl? There was a woman on the set that was working with you too, a young lady.
Her name is Roberta Gomez.
That's it, right?
Yeah, she was another
She
one
was
of
so
my
sweet.
PAs.
Yeah.
My other PA is Albert Noel.
Right.
He's the one that I started the whole filming with from the very beginning, and he was my main actor on El Barbero, my second project.
So do you think you're going to keep your whole crew together forever?
I feel like I want to keep my crew together because there's nothing better than having a team, that you can count on.
And there's nothing better than having a team, but there's nothing worse than the last thing I have to say right now. And you know what it is? That's a wrap. Good night, folks.